Alright, I'm gonna mute up on here and switch over to lot.
Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Yep, I'm gonna mute up
Okay,
as well. I'm up on button 3.
Good, Joe, loud and clear, big dog.
hell yeah.
Committing crime, direction, and
Delivery victory 1-2 on west.
I'm gonna have them fly runway heading and climb maintain 6,000 if that's cool with you.
6,000 if that's cool with you.
absolutely not cool whatsoever.
Sick, thanks.
Sick, thanks.
Recommend Pogo intercom 2.
Intercom 2. Alright, you hear me? You hear me?
Delivery victory 1-1, ready to copy with information out.
Victory 1-1, Anderson, clearance delivery. I have your clearance advisement ready to copy.
Victory 1-1, ready.
Victory 1-1, you are cleared to Anderson Air Force Base via radar vectors. On departure, fly runway heading, climb maintain 6,000.
Roger, victory 1-1, cleared runway heading, climb maintain 6,000.
Read back correct, frequency change approved. Victory 2-2, Anderson, clearance delivery. I have your clearance advisement ready to copy. Victory 1-2, you are cleared to Anderson Air Force Base via radar vectors. On departure, fly runway heading, climb maintain 6,000. Victory 1-2, you can squawk 0222.
0222.
Read back correct, frequency change approved. Say again.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. Hey, can you read off the ground frequency for me? I forgot to tell him to switch to tower instead.
Delivery
Victory 1-1, Anderson clearance.
275.
clearance. Name again, block code for
Victory 1-1, you can squawk 0221. Say again for that frequency. Stand by, stand by.
Victory 1-4. Request clearance. Mission out.
Victory 1-4, Anderson clearance delivery. Every clearance advisory. I copy. Victory 1-4, you are cleared to Anderson Air Force Base via radar vectors. On departure, fly runway heading, climb maintain 6000.
Cleared. Radar vectors from heading 6000. 314.
Victory 1-4, you can squawk 0224.
40224. 314.
Good readback, frequency change approved.
314.
They keep keying up on clearance. Can you yet again say that frequency?
275.8.
275.8. Roger. Runway 6, right?
Well, there's 6 left and there's 6 right, but we'll be landing on 6 left, so you can depart on 6 left, depart on 6 right, I don't really care.
Thanks for letting me use my airfield.
You're not welcome, actually. You know what, just because you said that, I think, over here at the Tracon, we're gonna force you to use, I guess SIRAP, whatever it is, we're gonna force you to use 2-4 because, Guam International just switched, so now you gotta switch.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
I'm just kidding, I've already set it up for 6 left. Are they all departing individually, or are they doing like a big flight or something?
I think they're doing individual because I just gave clearance to 1-1, 1-2, and 1-4. You came in really quiet for that one. What'd you say?
Did you give them all for their initial and final altitudes?
I just told them climb maintain 6,000, fly runway heading, and then you'll just shoot them in through the boxes.
Roger.
How do I change the altitude for the PAR stuff? Because I'm trying to figure it out and I don't need it.
Shift, mouse click. So you click it, and then make sure you click the box, and then shift, and then zoom with your mouse.
Thank you.
I know it is definitely necessary to be able to see all the way up to 30,000 feet.
I know, right? I currently have my 20 mile, and it's ideally try to get them in somewhere around 15 or so.
Porque
I don't know, man. Just make them land. For the horizontal view, is that in miles?
maybe, maybe not. I don't know.
We're about to find out.
Yes.
They're just moving by themselves. They have not called me up once on ground.
Maybe they think they're in a non-movement area.
Looks like a taxiway to me. F-18 on Delta, F-18 on Delta, Anderson ground, say call sign. F-18 on Delta, F-18 on Delta, Anderson Tower, say call sign.
Anderson ground, this is Victory 1-1.
Victory 1-1, Anderson ground, go ahead.
I have reports that I missed Tom from you.
Victory 1-1, you came in broken and unreadable, say again.
Victory 1-1, have I missed comms? I'm currently taxiing for runway 06.
Roger, Victory 1-1, runway 06, taxi via Delta, standby. Taxi via Delta Foxtrot, local altimeter 2992. Victory 1-1, Anderson ground, ready to check.
Anderson clearance delivery. This is Victory 1-3 in the north ramp. Looking for the VFR clearance on the west.
Victory 1-3, Anderson clearance, just confirm you wanted VFR departure.
How far out should I turn?
Victory 1-3, every clearance, advise I'm ready to copy. Victory 1-3, Victory 1-3, you are cleared. VFR departure from Anderson Air Force Base. You can squawk 1200, fly runway heading on departure.
Alright, we're going to be cleared back to Anderson via radar vectors, flight runway heading after departure. And I missed that last part.
Victory 1-3, I thought you wanted a VFR departure, not IFR.
Correct, VFR. Sorry, I thought I said VFR.
Roger, Victory 1-3, you can just fly runway heading and maintain VFR on departure then.
Roger, runway heading and maintain VFR on departure. Thanks.
Victory 1-1, contact tower, see it. Last call on Anderson ground, say again. Everybody keeps talking on the same frequencies at the same time or different frequencies at the same time.
Ground Victory 1-4.
Nice. In any case, what altitude do you want to map when they start the car?
Clearance Victory 1-5, submission.
Anderson Tower, Victory 1-1. Take off 1.
6,000.
6,000 when they start the car.
Yeah, a little bit lower than the typical, but that's what it's showing.
Ground Victory 1-4.
Victory 1-4, correction, Victory 1-4, Anderson ground, runway 06, taxi via Delta Foxtrot, altimeter 2992.
Runway 06 left at the Foxtrot 2992. Anderson Tower, exit from North Property.
Stand by. Victory 1-1, Anderson Tower.
Tower, Victory 1-1, take
Victory 1-1, runway 06 left, winds. Winds calm, gusting 6. Clear for takeoff, change of departure. I just launched this guy because I'm condensing frequencies. Anyways, Victory 1-1 is about to take off here shortly. Sorry, I didn't get the release. Last call on Anderson ground, say again. Dude, it is fucking insane being Last call on Anderson ground, confirmed that was a Victory 1-3. Victory 1-5, Anderson ground, you ready for taxi? Victory 1-5, Anderson ground, runway 06 left, taxi via Delta Foxtrot, altimeter 2992. Victory 1-4, remain my frequency for departure. Correction for tower. If you need anybody to contact tower for whatever reason, don't have them go to tower's frequency. Have them go to ground frequency because I'm just gonna have everybody on that because it is way too hard by myself. They wanted me to do local clearance ground, and I cannot move my fucking thing. Victory 1-5, remain my frequency for tower. Victory 1-2, Anderson ground, runway 06 left, taxi via Delta Foxtrot, altimeter 2992. And Victory 1-2, remain my frequency for tower, advisor ready for departure.
Yes, ground Victory 1-3 at ramp 3 with information Bravo, taxi down.
Last call confirmed, Victory 1-3.
Affirm, Victory 1-3.
Victory 1-3, Anderson ground, runway 06 left, taxi follow Victory 1-2. Altimeter 2992, you can remain this frequency for tower, advising ready for departure.
6 left behind Victory 1-2, status free. Victory 1-3.
B14, holding short, just 06 left, hold start ready for departure.
Victor 1-4, Anderson Tower, runway 06 left, winds calm gusting 6, clear for takeoff, change departure.
Clear for takeoff 06 left. Luca,
Victory 1-5, hold short, runway 06 left. Victory 1-5, read back, hold short instructions. Victory 1-2, hold short, runway 06 left. Victory 1-3, hold short, runway 06 left.
Victory 1-3, short of 6 left.
Do you by chance know how far apart the runway edges are? Because I might shotgun these guys for fun.
Eric, turn 1, takeoff 1, switch it.
Stand by. Last call and say again. Victory 1-5, are you ready for departure? Victory 1-5, you came in quiet, just wanted to confirm, are you ready for departure? Stand by. Victory 1-5, runway 06 left, winds calm gusting 6, clear for takeoff, change departure. Victory 1-2, hold short, runway 06 left. Victory 1-3, hold short runway 06 left.
Anderson Tower, Victory 1-5.
Let's call in tower, say again.
Victory 1-5, Anderson Tower.
Just confirm that's Victory 1-5.
Affirm, Victory 1-5.
Victory 1-5, Anderson Tower, go ahead.
Anderson Tower, Victory 1-5, ready to go. 06 left.
Victory 1-5, cancel takeoff clearance, runway 06 left, line up and wait.
Victory 1-5, cancel takeoff, line up and wait, 06 left.
Victory 1-2, runway 06 right, taxi via Foxtrot, cross runway 06 left at Foxtrot.
Victory 1-2, 6 right, Foxtrot, cross 6 left.
Victory 1-5, you're coming in broken on your transmission, say again request.
Anderson Tower, Victory 1-5, am I canceled clearance and taxi 06 right?
Victory 1-5, negative, line up and wait, 06 left.
Victory 1-5, line up and wait, 06 left.
Victory 1-5, advise when ready for departure.
Anderson Tower, Victory 1-5, ready for takeoff.
Victory 1-5, runway 06 left, winds calm, gusting 6, clear for takeoff, change departure.
Winds calm, 06 left, switch departure. See ya.
Tip. Victory 1-2, runway 06 right, line up and wait.
Victory 1-2, line up and 6 left right.
Victory 1-3, runway 06 left, line up and wait.
Victory 1-3, line up, wait 6 left.
Victory 1-2, runway 06 right, winds calm, gusting 6, clear for takeoff, change departure.
Victory 1-2, cleared for takeoff, 6 right, switch.
Tower, Victory 1-3, ready to go, 6 left.
Victory 1-3, runway 06 left, winds calm, gusting 6, clear for takeoff, change departure.
Clear for takeoff, over departure. Victory 1.
Shotgun the last 3, I got nobody else on deck.
Alright, lovely. And you said, do you want them at 2,200?
When they come in for the pars, I have mine set for to intercept at 6,020 miles. So if you can shoot them, maybe, oh, I'd give them 4,000, so that then they intercept that glide slope at about 13 miles or so. And if possible, if you could have them all on a left dog leg, just so my AWACS panel can fit on my screen, if that's cool with you.
Say less.
Say again?
Say less.
Have them come in on a left dog leg, because my AWACS panel takes up a pretty significant portion of the screen, and it would be beneficial if you just shoot them all left dog leg at about 4,000 feet or so to intercept around 13 miles.
Put up the other one or something around. And how far out should I put the dog?
I'm not too sure. I'm sure if you get them headed towards base around I guess 20 miles, start to turn them more inward, and then start to do the handoffs and all that, I guess. Or well, I got the approach screen up, so it should be fine. I got 10 miles on either side to see them.
You see a big red dot on the left side of the approach? Biggest red dot.
I got 2 red lines, no red dots.
Sure, then I'll just turn up dog leg like 10 miles from 10 miles from on the approach. That would be
Okay, alright, yeah, just however you want to do it. Just so long as they're not like screaming in to intercept that 5 a little bit.
yeah. I'll hope they're not doing that. They want random nonsense.
Do what now?
Just giving them complete random vectors at first. They're gonna be like, trust me, it's a process.
They're not ready for the insane holding pattern that's about to occur.
Oh no, I've already got them in a holding pattern at DME 30 on 051 radial.
Sick.
I don't know. I don't think I gave them enough details, but they're doing good. They're fine. They'll survive.
It's VFR, they can see each other, it's fine.
Yeah, they're all at different altitudes.
I have the final frequency all set up and everything too for 264.5 if you want to use that.
Yeah, I have that set up. But
Sweet. You can send them in whenever.
Victory 1-1 turn.
While we wait.
Forgot how fast these move. It's like the other two smaller guys.
Yeah, if you want, you can drop them below, like to 150, 180 knots, whatever you deem fast enough or slow enough.
No, I'm just gonna kind of go slow. I don't know why this guy's slowing down so much, but there goes.
Sick. Who's most likely going to be number one for the par?
Victory 1-1, I'm vectoring him back now, and then I'll move to whoever's at 7,000, I'm 3,000. And then after that, it'll just be me vectoring them super far out because they're all going down to approach, whatever, low approach speed.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, just drop them down to 4,000 before you switch them to me.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I see Victory 1-1. Victory 1-1 radar contact, just so we don't have to do the handoff.
Yeah.
Oh, you hooked them way out there.
It's because one of the guys kept going, and I was like, oh crap.
Oh, yeah, one of the guys wanted a VFR departure, so I just told him fly runway heading and maintain VFR.
Oh, okay, well, oh well. Anyway, one of the guys just kept flying. I was like, yeah, hold it. You mean 17? He did not do that, but that's what I'm going to do this next time. I'm going to make sure that he'll hold my climb on instructions. Something fly right, it'll really just be like fly runway heading, and 5 feet to altitude. That's all it's going to be.
All right, sounds good. Just make sure he cuts in like the 20-mile mark, 10 miles off the center line, because that's what I got my scope set to right now. This is a terrible idea. How far out did you say this guy was?
I don't know. Seconds. Maybe like right now he's like 10 miles from the center line. I'll turn him into 5, and then I'll dog him. 5. Should be 13 miles after that.
Okay. I'm gonna zoom out my scope then, see if I can see him.
Yeah, you see him better. You see him better.
I do not see him.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, how many miles out? You just got 13.
My glide path is set to 20 miles, and then on either side of the center line, I have 10 miles for the horizontal.
Yeah, you'll definitely see him once I cut him off.
Okay.
Hand off.
Hand off. I got him on radar.
Hand off.
Part 1 on, go ahead.
Victory 1-1, 5,600. 23 miles southeast of east of Anderson. On left dogleg 0904.
Just confirm he's heading 090.
So I'm heading 09.
Roger, Victory 1-1, radar contact, Zulu Golf.
Contact.
Victory 1-1, bomb approach. Got you on this frequency. Victory 1-1, your climb out instructions will be fly runway heading, climb maintain 6,000.
Say again.
Victory 1-1, your climb out instructions will be fly runway heading, climb maintain 6,000. Victory 1-1, turn left heading 064, standby final controller.
Victor 1-1, Anderson, final control. This will be a PR approach to runway 06 left. Wheel should be down. How do you hear me?
Victory 1-1, hear you loud and clear. Wheels are down and marked.
Roger, gear. was hoping to turn on myself. Fly heading 075. Well left, of course, and correcting. Fly heading 060. On course. Fly heading 065. Slightly left, of course, and correcting. Fly heading 063. Fly heading 060. What the fuck? 11 miles from touchdown. Fly heading 055. Slightly right, of course, and correcting. Fly heading 060. Approaching glide path. On course. 9 miles from touchdown. On course. Hey, he's descending before I tell him to descend, and now he's way below the glide path. I mean, he's not hitting anything, so it's fine, but he's just dropping in altitude, and it's... He was supposed to intercept glide path 5 miles ago.
Victory 1-1.
Yep.
Well, I guess write it down and we'll go over that.
Yeah, I will. It's just kind of annoying. I said approaching glide path, and then he just dipped the nose.
Dropped like a rock, yeah.
7 miles from touchdown, on course. Check your altitude outside of safety limits, too low for approach. Fly heading 058. Approaching glide path. Fly heading 060. On course. On course. Begin descent slightly below glide path. Slightly below glide path, going further below. Four miles from touchdown. On glide path. Slightly above glide path. On glide path. On course. Fly heading 058. Slightly above glide path and holding. On glide path. Slightly right of course and correcting. On glide path. On glide path. On glide path. Fly heading 061. On glide path 2 miles from touchdown. On glide path. On glide path. On glide path. Left of course and correcting. Fly heading 063. On glide path. Fly heading 060. On glide path at decision height.
Runway sight, good to go.
Within 1 mile on course, proceed visually. Your frequency is clear, my good sir.
Alright, perfect. I got another guy coming right in for ya.
Perfect. Have him not descend on his own and give him a hard altitude or something because he was below for 20 miles.
Don't worry, I gave him fourth descend and maintain 4,000, so he better maintain 4,000 until you tell him otherwise.
That is perfect. That will cut him at about 14, 13-ish miles. Beautiful.
Departure Victory 1-1. Departure 1200.
I forgot to give him a landing clearance.
Victory 1-4 checking in. DR 06 left.
Victory 1-4, roger. R1 approach handoff.
Part 1 on, go ahead.
Victory 1-4, 25 miles to the east of Anderson, left dog leg, low approach, 094.
Victory 1-4, radar contacts, Zulu Golf.
Do you want to give him the instructions to turn on the final course system?
Since he's already screaming in, if you can shave him off a little bit more, like throw him on a 075 and then switch him to me.
Victory 1-4, flight heading 075, stand by final control.
3-1-4 left, heading 065.
Victory 1-4, Anderson, final control. This will be PR approach to runway 06 left. Wheel should be down. How do you hear me?
3-1-4, standby gear, keep low and clear.
Fly heading 058.
Heading 058.
Runway 06 left, winds calm, gusting 6, cleared low approach.
06 left, clear low approach, and west touch and go. 3-1.
Roger, runway 06, check wheels down, runway 06 left, winds calm, gusting 6, clear touch and go.
3-1-4, gears down, clear touch and go, 06 left.
Roger gear. Fly heading 060, on course.
3-1-4, 06.
6 miles from touchdown. Fly heading 062.
Ground 406.
Slightly left of course and correcting. Approaching glide path. 15 miles from touchdown. Fly heading 063.
063.
Slightly left of course and holding. Fly heading 065.
Ground 406.
Begin descent. On glide path. Fly heading 061.
061.
Do not acknowledge further transmissions. Slightly below glide path. Slightly below glide path and holding. On course. Slightly below glide path going further below. 12 miles from touchdown. On course. On glide path. Slightly above glide path. On course, drifting left, fly heading 063. Above glide path. Above glide path and holding. Above glide path coming down slowly. Above glide path and holding. Fly heading 061. Above glide path and holding. 10 miles from touchdown. On course. Above glide path and holding. Above glide path and coming down slowly. Slightly above glide path. Eight miles from touchdown. That's about 8. On glide path. On glide path. On glide path. On course. On glide path. On glide path. On glide path. On course. 7 miles from touchdown. On glide path. On glide path. On glide path coming down. Slightly right of course and drifting away. Fly heading a 059. Slightly below glide path. Fly heading 061. Slightly below glide path holding. On glide path. On glide path. On course. On glide path. On glide path. Slightly above glide path. On course. 5 miles from touchdown. On glide path. On glide path. On glide path. Slightly right of course, fly heading at 059er. On glide path. On glide path. On glide path. Fly heading 061 on course. On glide path. On glide path. 3 miles, correction, 4 miles from touchdown. On glide path. Shit. 3 miles from touchdown. Slightly above glide path. On glide path. Fly heading 059er, 2 miles from touchdown. On glide path. On glide path. On glide path. Slightly left of course and drifting away, fly heading 061. On glide path. On glide path. Fly heading 063. On glide path. 1 mile from touchdown. Fly heading 060. On glide path. On course at decision height.
314, visuals.
Within 1 mile, well left of course now, proceed visually. Buttons clear.
Roger, thank you.
I don't know what that was, but like at the last half mile he banked it.
Looked good though when I zoomed in, so I don't know, it might just be the weird approach there.
Well, he was on course for most of it, and then he just banked it hard left at the last like half mile.
I don't know.
I'm ready for the next one.
Yeah, kind of screwed up this. Whatever. But oh well. I'll get it right eventually. I'm just not right.
314, heading 066, climbing 6000.
Victory 1-4, stand by. Or, switch back. Victory 1-4, switch button 7.
4 button set.
Victory 1-4, stand by, brake. Victory 1-5, turn right heading 250. Transmitted on the wrong frequency. That's my only gripe with the SRS rerouting. Like that switch frequencies, whatnot.
Hell yeah. Is this Victory 1-5 gonna do a U-turn and come back in?
We're gonna make it work, okay?
I would turn him right now and descend him right now.
I already descended him, but you want me to turn him onto final?
Now let's let him hook out a little bit more, and then he's just gonna make a very sharp. It's gonna be a very sharp
I want
turn.
him to descend. Once he gets down to 4,000, then I'll cut him on the here's the thing and give him the harsh deal.
Alright, sounds good. I would shoot him out just a little bit farther, considering that we're essentially making him do a U-turn. So if you could shoot him out closer towards 10 miles from center line-ish.
Yeah. It'll be fine. I'll tell him to make a sharp turn.
A little bit of G-lock never hurt.
Exactly. I'm not a mechanic. I'm a controller.
Exactly. I'd start his turn right now towards me.
Should I have sent him out a little bit farther? Yes, but oh well. It's gonna work out.
Just put him on a right dog leg at this point.
Yeah. I mean, he's gonna put himself on a right dog leg at this point.
True, true. Oh, he's taking it far.
This guy, big old turn radius over here. Yeah, I'll go left.
I would turn him now because he has like maybe 2-3 miles until he's off my scope.
Victory 1-5, you up? Victory 1-5, turn to the left, heading 050.
Did you say a 050?
Sarah's ready to come out.
A second ago, that was gonna bring him a lot closer. Stop paying attention for a few seconds, but oh well.
Just resequence him, because by the time he gets to the glide path, he will be nowhere near the course and not on my scope. So just shoot him back out to the back of the line.
Victory 1-5, turn left 030. I'm not doing that to this poor bastard.
Oh no.
Victory 1-5, your climb out instructions are fly runway heading, climb 6,000.
Fly runway 6,000.
He needs to start descending even more, so tell him to begin descent.
Victory 1-5, descend to maintain 2,200.
That works. He's on a 030, you said? I'm ready to take him.
Victory 1-5, stand by final control.
Victory 1-5, Fallon, final control. This will be a PR approach to runway 06 left. Wheel should be down. How do you hear me? Fly heading 05, correction, 065. He's coming in way too fast.
Yeah, I don't know why he's going so fast.
I'm sending him back to you. Victory 1-5, fly runway heading and contact departure for resequence. Victory 1-5, execute missed approach. Fly runway heading, climb maintain 6,000, contact departure for resequencing. Well, that was stupid.
That's kind of my fault, but
No, it would have been savable if he wasn't screaming across the scope. I sent him back to you, by the way.
Oh man, Sarah.
Did you pee again?
Diarrhea.
Huh?
She's having more diarrhea.
Oh, jeez.
Not think I can't hear you. Move the neighbor's rug so that way she wouldn't have pee on her rug.
Mm-hmm. Alright, I'm good to send in the next one when you are.
Okay, I'm gonna make you some rice. No.
Say what?
Man, Sarah.
Did she step in it?
Yes. I'm not gonna do it.
I wonder if it was the pig ear.
This is the thing I think of. Nothing else has changed. Ah! Stop stepping in it, damn it! Stop. God damn it. Sit. Sit down. Okay, I'm putting you in your kennel. She just keeps stepping in it and spreads it everywhere. This looks like a nightmare.
Well, you're gonna get victory 1-5 again because I don't want to make you feel weighted. That's me.
You're sending 1-5 again?
Yeah, I don't want to make the guy wait. Poor guy's been waiting in the back for his whole life.
Now there's diarrhea on the wall, too.
Tell him to take approach speed or something.
Yeah, I'll tell him.
Paron, go ahead.
Victory 1-5, 20 miles east of Anderson, 9 left.
Say again, intentions.
Oh, and he's the option. Low.
Victory 1-5, radar contact.
He didn't slow down, but you know, it's better than last time.
Switch him to me right now.
1-5, stand by found.
Victor 1-5, final controls be a pure approach to runway 06 left. Wheel should be down. How do you hear me? Approaching glide path. Fly heading 090. Begin descent. Fly heading 060. Slightly below glide path. Below glide path and holding. Fly heading 050. Below glide path going further below. Below glide path and holding. Below glide path coming up slowly. Slightly below glide path. Well right of course and correcting. Fly heading at 060. On glide path. 11 miles from touchdown. On glide path. Fly heading at 063. Slightly below glide path. Slightly below glide path and holding. Fly heading 061. Slightly below glide path and holding. Slightly below glide path coming up slowly. Fly heading 059er. On glide path. 10 miles from touchdown. On glide path. On glide path. On glide path. On course. On glide path. On glide path. On glide path. Fly heading 061. On glide slightly above glide path. Slightly above glide path and holding. Slightly above glide path and holding. Left of course and correcting. Slightly above glide path. Coming down slowly. Slightly below glide path. 7 miles from touchdown. Slightly left of course and correcting. Slightly above glide path and holding. Fly heading 060. Slightly above glide path. On glide path. On course. On glide path. Slightly below glide path. Slightly below glide path and holding. On course. Slightly below glide path and holding. Slightly left of course, fly heading 061. Slightly below glide path. 5 miles from touchdown. Fly heading disregard. Runway 06 left, winds calm, gust 6, clear to option. Runway 06 left, winds calm, gusting 6, cleared for the option. Fly heading 058, slightly below glide path. Slightly below glide path and holding. Fly heading 055. Slightly below glide path. On glide path. Fly heading 063. On glide path. Did you receive clearance for the runway? Victory 1-5, tower clearance canceled, execute missed approach, fly runway heading, climb maintain 6000, contact departure for resequencing. He didn't read back his clearance, so I just said tower clearance canceled at the 2 mile mark since you can't take him past 2 because he wasn't reading back anything. Also, he is not flying runway heading in the slightest. Well, the way it looks on my scope. You okay? What's wrong?
Victory 1-2, turn left heading 094. Victory 1-2, you up?
Oh, good.
Well, he's not really on a dog leg anymore. He's kind of just going to be flying on the center liner, flying runway heading at this point. He didn't respond. But he is about 20 miles to the southeast Anderson.
Victory 1-2, radar contact Zulu Golf.
Victory 1-2, stand by final.
Victory 1-2, found final control. This will be PA approach to runway 06 left. The wheel should be down. How do you hear me?
Wrong frequency.
Victory 1-2, Anderson, final control. This will be a PR approach runway 06 left. Wheel should be down. How do you hear me? How do you hear me? Victory 1-2, Anderson, final. Victory 1-2, if you can hear this transmission, fly heading 055. Victory 1-2, if you can hear this transmission, begin descent. Victory 1-2, begin descent. Victory 1-2, fly heading 055. Above glide path. Above glide path and holding. Slightly above glide path, coming down slowly. On glide path. Well right of course and correcting. On glide path. Slightly above glide path. Slightly above glide path and holding. Well right of course and correcting. 10 miles from touchdown. On glide path. On glide path. On glide path coming down slowly. Well right of course and correcting. Fly heading 060. Say intentions. Roger gear, runway 06 left, winds calm gusting 6, cleared for the option. Slightly below glide path. Slightly below glide path, going further below. On glide path. On glide path. On glide path, 7 miles from touchdown. Fly heading 062. Do not acknowledge further transmissions. On glide path. Fly heading 060. On glide path. On glide path. On glide path. On course. On glide path. On glide path. 6 miles from touchdown, fly heading 059er. On glide path. On glide path. Slightly above glide path. Slightly right of course and correcting. Fly heading 060. On glide path. On glide path. On glide path. On course. 5 miles from touchdown. On glide path. On glide path. On glide path. On course. On glide path. On glide path. On glide path. On course. On glide path. On glide path. 3 miles from touchdown. On course. On glide path. On glide path. On glide path. Fly heading 062. Slightly above glide path. On glide path. Fly heading 060. On glide path. On glide path. On glide path. Slightly right, of course, and correcting. On glide path. 2 miles from touchdown. On glide path. Fly heading 058. On glide path. Fly heading 060. On course. Oh shit. 1 mile from touchdown. Fly heading 063. On glide path. Fly heading 060 at decision height.
Matrix 1237.
Within 1 mile, well right, of course, proceed visually. Some janky ass turns at the end that fucking, I don't know what the hell that was.
I think it's just the slide speed.
Yeah, maybe. It just, holy shit, man.
The reason I say that is just both fast people have done that, and all three of the fast people ever have done that. So that's my assumption.
Yeah.
Contact departure. 727.
Button's clear, he should have done that automatically.
The guy who's next in line got lost in the middle of, or he looks like he got lost in the middle of nowhere, so he's taking forever to get back.
Sick.
And he ended up like 70 or 80 miles from the thing. I'm like, what happened to the whole guy? You know, like I couldn't find him. I'm trying to like give him directions, but I couldn't find this guy.
Just tell him proceed direct initially, you'll see him eventually.
Yeah. He's hauling to get over Mach 0.696.
Screaming.
I'll make sure he keeps that speed up for you the entire time.
Thanks. Because you know how precise this approach has to be. With all the I know all of you have been listening to this. I see that there is 4 people on that frequency. You all are witnessing me fuck up severely. How many more are they all looking for?
Each of them want one more, so this guy's the last of the first rotation. But next time we'll be going a lot faster. I think I figured out like the perfect interval.
Your last 2 shot through, so are you sure?
Yes, I'm positive. Well, in terms of the coming.
Do what? Do what? for your coupon. You're so cute.
I was on the door and she was like, I want a drink. And I was like, wait a minute. I gotta count in a minute or two. There's no point in getting it delivered.
Whatever you get.
No. Are you in the mood for ice cream, slush?
Slushy, please.
Where's your headphones? Do you want regular slushy or do you want cream slushy? You know what that is?
That's the thing you're getting, right?
The straight margarita is not.
Oh.
But cream slush is half slush, half ice cream. That's what I had last time.
Regular, please.
You want regular slushy?
Yes, please.
Never mixed in with it?
Mhm.
What flavor?
Not cucumber.
Okay, hang on. There is, something off the top of my head. Cherry, strawberry.
The last one wasn't my fault. You didn't switch the frequency of my
Mango just juice flavors.
Cherry, please.
couldn't hear it.
Hello, child. Hello, child.
She says it smells of poop.
Do you still smell it?
No.
Okay.
I'm just saying that the cat because she's.
Hold your breath while I just pop open the trash can. I clean poop off the wall in there. Clean poop off the wall and the door in here. Clean poop off the floor. Clean poop off the carpet. It's been a really rough day. Do you see why I took like a 2-hour nap?
You were out.
I know. I was just so tired of everything today. I didn't get anything done today that I needed to. It was all just dog food day.
When you woke me up for work, which thank you. You didn't have to do that.
I stayed awake till 5:30 and then I tried to wake you up every 5 minutes and you're just like, alright.
Hit me next time.
I'm not letting you go back to sleep.
Thank you.
Why?
Um.
Why? Look at her. Are you playing a game?
Yeah.
Do you see her loafing in the...
She's like, wow, thank you guys. Oh, this is the best gift ever.
Technically, they're sanitary pads for adults, for like adults with incontinence, but they're still just technically footy pads.
She says thanks.
She looks so comfy just sleeping.
Yeah, no, you were so adorable and so cute. You fell asleep like as soon as you woke me up and I got out of bed, you were done.
Yeah, because I was ready to go to sleep, but I didn't want you to be late to work, so.
Thank you.
Look at her. What does that bag smell like? That's why they put warm labels on bags, so you don't stick your head in it. Oh, child. Hello.
This is what they mean by children under 3.
She is under 3. She is a little baby. I see you. I really see you.
Yawn.
I'm thinking about giving Sarah a bath. But I don't know. It's just such...
Victory 1-3, check in button 15, 4,000.
She tries... She like fights for her life to get out of that tub.
Yeah.
Unless I just stick her on the desk and then I aggressively wet wipe her down.
Victory 1-3, turn left 094.
Okay. Let me just do that.
Left 093, Victory.
It's not all over her. That portion of her back because she stabbed it through and then she tries to start to wrap.
Paron, go ahead.
Victory 1-3, 25 miles southeast of Anderson. Not sure why he's not turning yet, but he should be on at 094, but very late, I guess.
Chris hit her on the back because she stepped in it and attempted to scratch her back. And then just all her feet.
I do not see him.
Stand by. Second. He decided that he wanted to have the latest turn possible.
Noted. So I guess
Approach Victory 1-3 at
Unable, no gyro. Unable, no gyro.
Unfortunately, we're unable, no gyro.
Okay, not a problem.
I am not dealing with that. No.
Alright, you got him now? Do you have radar contact now?
He's barely come across my screen. I see him now.
Alright, Victory 1-3, stand by final control.
Victory 1-3, final control. This will be PR approach runway 06 left. Wheel should be down. How do you hear me? Fly heading 060. Victory 1-3, fly heading 060. Victory 1-3, Anderson, final control. This will be PR approach runway 06 left. Wheel should be down. How do you hear me?
Touch it loud and clear. Stand by gear. Touching go.
Roger, touch and go. Fly heading 055. Love you.
055.
Oof. Well, right, of course, and correcting. Approaching glide path. Fly heading 058. 15 miles from touchdown.
Victory heading.
058.
05.
Begin descent. Well above glide path. Fly heading 060. Well above glide path and holding. On glide path. Well below glide path and declining. On course. Well below glide path and holding. Well below glide path and holding. Well below glide path and holding. On course. Well below glide path going further below. Well below glide path and coming up slowly. On course. Below glide path and holding. Slightly below glide path, coming up slowly. Fly heading 058. On glide path. On glide path.
Victory 1-3, gear down and low.
Roger gear. Slightly above glide path. Slightly above glide path and holding. Fly heading 060. Above glide path and going further above. Above glide path and holding. Fly heading 062. Above glide path going further above. Above glide path and holding. Slightly above glide path coming down slowly. On course. On glide path. 10 miles from touchdown. Say intentions.
Touching go.
Fly heading 058. Runway 06 left, winds calm, gusting 6. Clear, touch and go.
Victory 1-3, clear. Touching go. 6 left.
Slightly below glide path. Fly heading 060 on course. Slightly below glide path. On glide path. On glide path. On course. On glide path. On glide path. On glide path. Slightly right of course. Fly heading 059er. On glide path. On glide path. Slightly above glide path. On course. 7 miles from touchdown. Slightly above glide path going further above. Fly heading 060. Above glide path and holding. Above glide path, come down slowly. Slightly above glide path and holding. On course. Slightly above glide path. Slightly above glide path and holding. 6 miles from touchdown. Slightly above glide path, coming down slowly. On glide path. On glide path. On course. On glide path. On glide path. On glide path. Slightly left, of course, fly heading at 062. On glide path. Fly heading 060. 5 miles from touchdown. Slightly above glide path. On course. Slightly above glide path, come down slowly, and on glide path. On glide path. And on glide path. On course. On glide path. On glide path. On glide path. Fly heading 059er, slightly right, of course, and correcting. On glide path. 3 miles from touchdown. On glide path. On glide path. On course. Slightly above glide path. Fly heading 058. On glide path. On glide path. On glide path. Slightly right, of course, and correcting. Fly heading 060. On glide path. On glide path. On glide path. On course. 2 miles from touchdown. On glide path. On glide path. On glide path. Fly heading 058. On glide path. On glide path. Fly heading 060, 1 mile from touchdown. Fly heading 063. Slightly above glide path. Fly heading 061. Fly heading 055. At decision height.
Field in sight, executing climb out.
Roger, execute misapproach, climb, maintain 6,000, fly runway headed, contact departure. Dude, I swear,
6,000 over approach.
I swear it's something is messed up here because I'll get them in and then, or I'll say like, hey, fly heading 060, and then they just maintain a 062 the entire time, and I don't know. No, it, I don't know. Who was that? 1-3? Where's this guy at? Okay, is he past 20 miles, so do I need to zoom out or anything?
Yeah, he'll be there in like 2 seconds.
Alright, radar contact, you can switch him.
Stand by final.
Victory 1-1, Anderson, final control. This would be a PR approach, runway 06 left. Wheel should be down. How do you hear me?
Victor 1-1, hear you loud and clear, wheels down line.
Roger, gear. Roger, gear, say intentions.
Intention full stop.
Roger, runway 06 left, winds calm, gust and 6. Clear to land. Victory 1-1, do you copy?
Victor 1-1, copy, clear 06.
Say again.
Victor 1-1 copies, clear 06 left.
19 miles from touchdown. Well left, of course, and correcting. Fly heading 100.
Victor 1-1.
Well left, of course, correcting rapidly. Fly heading 080. Fly heading disregard. Well left, of course, and correcting. Fly heading 075. Well left, of course, and correcting. Fly heading 065. Well left, of course, and correcting slowly. One 6 miles from touchdown. Fly heading 070. Fly heading 065. Fly heading 060. 15 miles from touchdown. So close. Fly heading 062. Approaching glide path. Fly heading 062. Fly heading 065. Fly heading 062. On course. Begin descent. On glide path. On glide path. On glide path. Slightly left of course and holding fly heading 063. On glide path. On glide path. On glide path. On course, fly heading 061. On glide path. On glide path. On glide path. On course, 11 miles from touchdown. On glide path. On glide path. On glide path. On course. Slightly below glide path. On glide path. On glide path. On course. On glide path. On glide path. 10 miles from touchdown. On glide path. On glide path. On course. On glide path. On glide path. On glide path. On course. On glide path. Slightly below glide path. Slightly below glide path and holding. On course. Slightly below glide path and on glide path. On glide path. On glide path. On course. On glide path. On glide path. On glide path. On course. Slightly above glide path, 7 miles from touchdown. Slightly above glide path and holding. Fly heading is 058. Slightly above glide path. Slightly above glide path and holding. Slightly above glide path. Fly heading 060. Slightly above glide path and holding. 6 miles from touchdown. Slightly above glide path and holding. On course. Slightly above glide path going further above. Fly heading 058. On glide path. On glide path. On glide path. Fly heading 060. 5 miles from touchdown. On course. Slightly below glide path. Slightly below glide path going further below. On course. Fly heading 058. Slightly below glide path and holding. Slightly below glide path and coming up slowly. On course. On glide path. Slightly below glide path. Fly heading 060. Slightly below glide path. Slightly below glide path and holding. And on glide path. On glide path. Fly heading 061. 3 miles from touchdown. Fly heading 060. On glide path. On glide path. On glide path. Slightly right, of course, and holding. Fly heading 059er. On glide path. On glide path. On glide path. Fly heading 060. On course. On glide path. On glide path. 2 miles from touchdown. On glide path. Fly heading 061. 1 mile from touchdown. On course. Fly heading 060. Slightly above glide path. Fly heading 059er. At decision height. Within 1 mile, long course and correcting. Proceed visually. Proceed visually. Para, go ahead.
Alright, Victory 1.
Victory 1-3, check in 4000.
Full stop.
Say again.
Victory 1-3, turn left heading 090.
Turn 90, Victory 1.
So fuel gonna be full stop, and we'll need you in a dog leg on 097 here. He's gonna be kind of close. You're gonna have to south
Victory 1-3, radar contact.
200.
Good call, good call.
Victory.
He just keeps climbing. But yeah.
Alright,
Victory 1-3, radar contact.
yeah, I sent him over to standby mount.
Sweet. Victory 1-3, found control. This will be a PR approach, runway 06 left. Wheels should be down. How do you hear me?
Victory 1-3, loud and clear, gear down and lock, full stop.
Roger gear, well above glide path, begin descent immediately. Fly heading 090. Well above glide path, come down slowly. Well above glide path, come down rapidly. Slightly above glide path, come down rapidly. On glide path. On glide path. 10 miles from touchdown. On glide path. Runway 06 left, winds calm, gusting 6, clear to land.
Victory, clear to land, 6 left.
Slightly below glide path. Fly heading 070. Slightly below glide path, coming down further below. Slightly below glide path and holding. Slightly below glide path and holding. Well left, of course, and correcting. Slightly below glide path and holding. Slightly below glide path coming up slowly and on glide path. On glide path. On glide path. Well left, of course, and correcting. 6 miles from touchdown. On glide path. On glide path. On glide path. On glide path. Fly heading 065. 7 miles from touchdown. On glide path. Fly heading 060. On glide path. Slightly above glide path. On course. Slightly above glide path holding. Fly heading 061. Slightly above glide path and holding. Slightly above glide path and holding. On course. Slightly above glide path, coming down slowly, and you are on glide path. 6 miles from touchdown. On course. On glide path. On glide path. On glide path. On course. Fly heading at 060. On glide path. On glide path. On glide path. Slightly right of course and correcting. On glide path. On glide path. 5 miles from touchdown. Fly heading 059er. On glide path. On glide path. On glide path. Fly heading 058. Slightly above glide path. Slightly above glide path and holding. Fly heading 059er. On glide path. Slightly above glide path and holding. 3 miles from touchdown. Slightly above glide path. Fly disregard. Slightly above glide path and holding. Slightly above glide path and holding. Fly heading 058. Slightly above glide path and holding. On course. On glide path. On glide path. Fly heading 061. On glide path. On glide path. On course. 2 miles from touchdown. On glide path. On glide path. Slightly above glide path. Fly heading 058. On glide path. On glide path. On glide path. Fly heading 060. 1 mile from touchdown. On glide path. On course. At decision height.
Field in sight.
Victory 1-3 within 1 mile. On course. On glide path. Proceed visually. Proceed visually.
Roger, Victory 1-3, visual 6.
Send him in. Just send him in.
Can I, do you want, so we have Victory 1-4 is going to be coming in for the par. Victory 1-2, flight of 2 is going to be coming into the overhead on 6 left. Do you want me to hang on?
And GCA roll over with 6 left on the hotel. Victory 1-2.
I have no idea what you said. Say again.
So we got Victory 1-4 coming in on the par, and we got Victory 1-2, flight of 2 F-18s coming in on the overhead pursuit right. Do you want me to hang on to those guys, or do you want me to send them over to you?
Victory pushing 10.
Just make sure they don't hit each other. So long as your overhead guys have once your overhead guys have the par in sight, they have to maintain visual separation. They will then make a right-hand brake over 06.
Do you want me to just hang on to them, or?
Actually, yeah, unless you want to take over the tower, but we'll just send the par in. I'll switch over to tower, and then I'll get those guys on deck.
I'll switch over here in 1 second on tower, and I'll take it.
All right, just get the par handed over to me first before you go over to tower.
I'll just
99 Anderson Tower, taxi will be at your own risk, as for we are understaffed.
No problem. Thanks, boys. 2 I can take grounds and tower 2 if you want.
Yeah, I'll let Clueless know. Because we have one par and then there's a flight of 2 doing the overhead. Send them to the outboard. 30.00 is our intercom. Saint has the tower.
Victory 1, proceed direct to the finish, runway 6 right.
Are you gonna use this frequency for tower or? Saint said he'll take tower.
Alright, I mean, I got it now, and approach is not going to do anything, but if he wants to take it, that's fine.
Okay. Is Victory 1-4 our par?
Yeah.
Victory 1-4 radar contact.
Victory 1-4, standby final control.
Victory 1-4 Anderson final. This will be a PR approach. Runway 06 left. Wheel should be down. How do you hear me?
214, clear. Standby here.
Roger. Approaching glide path.
Alright, gents, I'm up 30 Fox Mike.
15 miles from touchdown.
314, get down.
Roger gear. Runway 06 left. Winds calm. Gust 6. Clear to land.
Hopefully the power guy doesn't crash.
314. Full stop, 06 left, clear.
I'm up on
Begin descent.
ground and tower.
On glide path. On glide path. Slightly below glide path. Fly heading
So Victory
070.
1-4 is the par guy. Victory 2 and 1-5 are
Slightly below glide path. On glide path. On glide path.
right brake 6 right.
On glide path. Slightly above glide path. Fly heading 065. Do not acknowledge further transmissions. Slightly above glide path. On glide path. On glide path. Well left course corrected slowly. Fly heading 070. On glide path. On glide path. 11 miles from touchdown. On glide path. On glide path. Well left course correcting. Slightly above glide path. On glide path. On glide path. Fly heading 065. Slightly below glide path. Slightly below glide path. Slightly below glide path and holding. Slightly below glide path and holding. On glide path. Fly heading 063. On glide path. On glide path. Well left, of course, and correcting. On glide path. On glide path. On glide path. Well left, of course, and correcting. On glide path. On glide path. On glide path. Fly heading 061. On glide path. On glide path. On course. 7 miles from touchdown. Slightly below glide path. Slightly left of course and correcting. Slightly below glide path, going further below. Slightly below glide path. On course. Slightly below glide path, coming up slowly. On glide path. On glide path. On glide path, on course. On glide path. On glide path. Fly heading 060. On glide path. Slightly below glide path. Fly heading 059er. On glide path. 6 miles from touchdown. Correction, 5 miles from touchdown. On glide path. Fly heading 058. On glide path. On glide path. On glide path. Fly heading 060 on course. On glide path. On glide path.
Victory 1-2 tower.
On glide path. On course.
Ground victory.
On glide path.
6
On glide path.
taxi to
Fly heading 058.
Roger. Short 6 left at hotel. Traffic on the 3-mile final.
3 miles from touchdown.
victory 1-2 short 6
On course. Slightly above glide path. On glide path. Fly heading 060. Slightly above glide path. Slightly above glide path and holding.
victory 1-2 crossing 6
On glide path. On course. On glide path. Fly heading 058. On glide path. On glide path. 2 miles from touchdown. Fly heading 060.
Victory
On
Roger.
glide path.
Proceed ramp 3.
On glide path.
Let me know, Stan.
On course. On glide path. On glide path. On glide path. On course. On glide path. On glide path. On glide path. 1 mile from touchdown. Fly heading 062. At decision height.
A14 visual from the 06 left.
Within 1 mile, on course, proceed visually. Proceed visually.
The wrong one inside.
On GCA rollout, you can contact tower. Cars in.
Victory 2-1 Roger.
Everyone's in.
Yeah, hotel.
Victory 1-4, Roger. You can proceed on hotel to ramp 3, clear to shut down.
Hotel room 3, 314.
Dude, you guys killed it. That was awesome.
It was confusing as fuck for a little bit.
Yeah, I definitely fell asleep on the outbound.
Yeah, I noticed that and I was like, where did he go?
Oh, he's just kind of tooling off towards, like, fucking Hawaii. Interesting.
Yeah,
Wait, you were the
I was trying to
you were the
I was like,
one?
I couldn't find you.
Dude, yeah, I fell asleep and I woke up and saw 70 miles on the tack end.
Oh. Oh no.
Yeah, hence my fuel emergency. It was purely that caused it.
I guess we should probably make an actual controller feedback form for the server.
Lol.
That's all.
I'll do it later, and then I guess just send it out to everybody afterwards. Probably like a day or two.
Honestly, I think most of the feedback for this mission comes back to running it on a server that we have, or an airfield that we have a chart for.
Yes. But I mean like
We're all trying to figure it out.
We're just kind of flying blind.
yeah.
Yeah, I will talk to Shmoky and that will not happen next time, because I was, like, annoyed at the start.
One of us needs to be present if they need controllers for an event.
Yeah, otherwise they're just gonna do whatever they want, and that's
Yawn.
not gonna work out for us. Tell me about it, bro.
Hey guys.
Say, I'm surprised you just stayed with the program there, bro. If I was you, I would have just gone to requested the high key.
I was gonna, and then I was like, let's see how far we can push.